This is Steve Reed from the University of Southern California. Today I'm going to show you how to create a cycle monitor to record variables at the level of the cycle. By default, Emergent and Libra will create monitor programs to track variables at the trial level and the epoch level, but it does not create any at the cycle level. So if you want to do that, I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, so basically the first thing you need to do is you need to create a new data table to write the information to. You don't want to write to either the epoch or the train data table. So basically what we need to do is go up to the output data, click on this and say new, and we're going to create a new data table and we're going to call it cycle test output data, because we're going to actually put this cycle monitor in the test program. And you can see that it's been created. Okay, the next thing we do is we need to create the cycle monitor itself. We go down to the Libra Alt Test and we right click or control click and then we say new from live. And what we do is this is in reverse alphabetical order, so basically what we do is we go up to Libra Cycle Monitor, okay, and you'll notice it creates the Libra Cycle Monitor. Now, it shows you the dialog box. Now, you'll notice that right now this Libra Cycle Monitor is writing to trial test output data, where it says CycleMon data. You want to change that so basically it'll write to the cycle test output data. There we go. So now it's writing to the correct data table. Now, the next thing we have to do is, so the Libra Cycle Monitor is there, but there's nothing really that's calling it. It's just sitting there. But now what you have to do is you actually have to go into the cycle level program, this Libra Cycle Test, and what you have to do is you have to put a program in that will actually call the Libra Cycle Monitor. The way you do that is you go over to this tool window over here, and where it says control, variable, go down to variable, and it says prog, and this is a program call, and you want to drag it over here and put it right there under network cycle run, and it says copy here and say yes. Okay, but now you'll notice it says call, but there's no program set, and what you have to do is go up here where it says target, and right now it says token null, and you have to find the program that you want to be called there. So you click on that, and there we go, Libra Cycle Monitor. Okay, and we say okay, and now you've called the Libra Cycle Monitor. Okay, now the final thing we have to do is we've created the cycle monitor and we've created the data table we want it to write to. Now we have to decide, we have to create a monitor var that's actually going to record the variable we want. And just for the purposes of this exercise, what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and we're going to select this layer called mammal, and we're going to go down after we get the dialog box. We're going to go down where it says monitor var, and there are two things we have to fill in. First, it says net monitor, and what it wants is it wants you to specify which monitor program you want to use. This particular case, we want it to record with a CycleNet monitor. Click OK on that. And we have to decide what variable we want. And there are a lot of different variables that you could have it track. For this purpose, we're just going to have it track act EQ. Okay, this is the activation, and this is basically the rate code equivalent. And we click on OK. And now you'll notice it's created a variable called mammal act EQ that shows up over here in the cycle monitor program. It shows all the variables it's going to write, and then basically we're almost set. Actually, we are almost set. One thing I want to point out is that in this window there are two things. One actually, where it says name style auto name, if that's set, then Emergent will automatically create a name and you really can't change it. So if you want to change the name around, you need to switch it from auto name to my name. And the other thing is that in this window, you can basically now look up, if you don't know what variable you want, or if you don't want change your mind and don't want act EQ, you can say lookup var and you say member null, and then what it does is it gives you a list of possible variables that you can record. Okay, so we're pretty much done now. That's how you do a cycle monitor. And to make sure actually that everything's set up properly, just do an init. And now actually you'll notice that the cycle test output data has all the variables in it that you're recording, including mammal act EQ.